everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Power Rangers 6.5 inch Legacy Collection Power Rangers in Space figures with the yellow and red Rangers. Now these figures come packaged in the same style packaging we've been seeing with all the Legacy Collection. These figures are part of the second wave. We looked at the other three figures in this wave last week with the regular Power Rangers. Up at the top you've got the Power Rangers logo. The figures are clearly displayed in the window box. It tells you it comes with a Build a Megazord piece. Down below you have images of the characters with lightning that corresponds with their color. Then you have their names and the Power Ranger Space logo, and it tells us these are limited edition, which as far as I know basically just means that these figures will not be reissued at a later date. Then on the back of the packaging it's exactly the same for the two figures. It shows you the Megazord, that these the pieces that come with these two figures, the Astro Megazord. Now as I understand it, the remaining figures that allow you to complete this Megazord will be released in the third wave. And then down below it shows you all the figures in the second wave. Alright, let's get these open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figures outside the packaging along with their other contents. So first of all, Andros, the Red Ranger, comes with the torso piece and head for the Astro Megazord. And I like the detailing on this one. I like how the dark blue plastic looks with the red and the metallic silver. You've got this kind of M design on the front. And I like how the head looks, and you got the little ship on the top there. He's got the little jetpack on the back. So far the three Megazords we've seen for this line, this is probably my favorite, even though we only have two pieces so far for it. Now Ashley, the Yellow Ranger, comes with the left leg. And again, you've just got that blue plastic with the red and the metallic silver, which I think looks pretty good. And you've got a ball joint. The foot's attached with the ball joint, so you've got some up and down movement. And the knee's attached with the ball joint, so you've got some movement, good up and down movement there, no rotation or anything. And then the way this works is you just want to kind of push the leg up in there. It's just attached with the ball joint, and it'll snap right into place. And the torso section has a rotation there at the midsection, which I like, and you can turn the head to the left and the right, and then the arms will attach with ball joints. And we can see this one's going to end up standing about 7.5 inches tall. Here's a comparison of the three different Megazords, at least as far as we've been able to complete so far. And just in case if you were wondering, the pieces between the three different Megazords are interchangeable. So the only other accessories that these figures come with are their Astro Blasters. Each one comes with a blaster, and they're exactly the same. And I do like the detailing on these. You've got the metallic silver with the blue plastic, and then you've got some red and some gold and black mixed in. So I do like the detailing on these weapons. They're just one piece. They don't separate or anything. And then they come with a working gun holster that you can put in there and then attach to the right side of the figure. You've got the little hole on the figure and the little peg on the holster. Now I will say that you're meant to put the gun in so that the handle is facing backwards. However, when you do it that way, it fits pretty loosely in there. It has a tendency, and it's staying in there decently now, but it's had a tendency to kind of fall out when you do it that way. So if you want it to fit in the holster tighter, even though I know it's not accurate to what we see in the TV series and everything, it actually fits in better if you put the handle facing forward. But it's really up to you how you want to do that. Both figures will hold their guns in either hand. They'll hold them nice and tight so you can put it in the left or the hand. Either one has a trigger finger, so it really doesn't matter which hand you put it in. Now for the figures themselves, like with all the figures in this line, they have pretty basic paint applications, no wash effect or anything like that. However, the paint applications are solid. There's not much in the way of sloppiness. Maybe a little teeny bit of sloppiness on this red square on the chest of my Red Ranger, but otherwise it's a pretty solid paint job. And then the design of the costumes is pretty generic. They pretty much look exactly the same between the two, other than the skirt piece because she's a female. He has this yellow around his neck, whereas hers is just solid. It's the same color as the rest of her shirt around her neck, but otherwise it's pretty much the same with the red and yellow, and then you've got the white colors, and you've got these squares that go across their chest. Sculpting on the helmet's pretty good. You've got these little lines sculpted on the side, I guess, for their ears so they can hear stuff. And then you've got the black visor, and you got this little gold thing on the top here that looks almost like an envelope. And then you've got the big black circle on the top of the helmet, and then you've got the white outline. For their mouths, it's just covered with a solid metallic silver. Then their necks are white. And you've got these little colored squares on their chest, and these are actually sculpted on there, they're not just painted. And then you've got the white belts, again with the metallic gold that looks like an envelope there for the buckle, and the working holster, which I told you about before. And then you've just got that basic red on the Red Ranger and the white boots. And then for the female Yellow Ranger, Ashley, again, same kind of sculpting detail in the helmet and same design with the black and the white and the metallic silver on the mouth. And then the same design with the little squares across her chest. And she's got the same kind of belt. She does have the skirt piece, which is done with just a vinyl material, and the white gloves and the working gun holster, and then the yellow on the legs and the white on the boots. So the Red Ranger stands at about 6 3/4 inches tall, and the Yellow Ranger stands at about 6 1/2 inches tall. And here's a comparison with all the figures in the second wave, and you can see the 3 male figures are all the same height, and the 2 female figures are also the same height of each other. Here's a comparison of all 3 female figures that have been released in this line so far. A comparison of the new Yellow Ranger with the Wave 1 Yellow Ranger. And finally, the 3 Red Rangers that have been released in the regular line. So for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and they have some back and forth movement with the head. You can actually get it to look up pretty good. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint there at the shoulder, and you get some clicky noise there. And you've got good rotation. Has the bicep swivel. Now the Red Ranger, the male Ranger, has a double hinged elbow. The female Ranger and all the female figures in this line, for some reason, only seem to get single hinged elbows. And then you've got rotation at the wrist, and you've got the hinges, the ball joint hinges on the hands, so you've got up and down movement with the hands as well. Then you have an ab type crunch joint for the Red Ranger, and he can crunch down about that much, and he can look back about that much. With the female Ranger, it's attached, looks more like a ball joint that's attached with, so you've got rotation there, and then you've got some down movement and some up movement, and you can kind of pivot it to the left and to the right as well. Both figures have a waist swivel. For the legs, they're attached with ball joints, so the Red Ranger can do the splits well, and he can get his leg forward good, and he can do his leg kind of out and back. Has the thigh swivel, double hinged knee, so good bending there at the knee. Has a boot cuff swivel, hinges on the feet, so up and down movement with the feet, and does have ankle pivot, and no peg holes on the bottom of the feet. And with the Yellow Ranger, again, because you have that skirt piece, she can't do the splits that well. She can only do the splits about that much, and then she can only get her leg forward about that much and back about that much. She does have a thigh swivel. She does have the double jointed knees. She has the boot cuff swivel and the hinges on the feet and the ankle pivot, and also no peg holes on the bottom of her feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, I think these are pretty good figures, basic paint applications, but they look pretty good. If you're a Power Rangers fan, I think these are ones you'll definitely want to add to your collection. They have decent articulation. My biggest complaint, as I've said before, is they don't come with a whole lot in the way of accessories. More weapons would be cool. Hopefully maybe down the road they'll release more weapons as an accessory pack or something. That would be pretty cool. But otherwise, again, if you're a Power Rangers fan, I think these are ones you'll definitely want to add to your collection. Now this wave, the second wave of Legacy Collection figures, is starting to hit shelves now. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.